And welcome to the National Museum of Naval Aviation, Pensacola, Florida. This is one of the top tier museums of aviation anywhere in the world, hands down. It is also absolutely huge. There's absolutely no way I am going to get to every single aircraft and comment upon it. So this is going to be the high speed tour, and just hit pause when you want. Starting off in the World War I section. The Newport, one of the first aircraft used by the American flyers. That looks familiar, slightly colourful. We'll come back to this big guy in a little bit. I see no Snoopy, but it is oddly enough a Sopwith Camel. Jenny.
There's Mom and Parker. Hey, I couldn't find you.
Curtis Hawk. And the first carrier aircraft for the US Navy, the VE-7. Slightly more colourful than the ones that were aboard Langley, but around here they're hanging from the ceilings. Akron. So Akron was one of the dirigibles. So this must have been a parasite fighter. Looking for the hook at the top, I don't see one. Yeah, I'm sure it's one somewhere. Ford Tri-Motor. Thing is basically made of tin, as far as I can tell. Okay, it's probably aluminium or something. One of the nice things about this museum is they really don't mind if you touch the aircraft. So you can tap them, you can look inside. A lot of other museums, they won't let you do this. Wildcat. This particular one is found at the bottom of Lake Michigan or somewhere. One of the Great Lakes with the paddle steamers.
That is a camera. When you squeeze the trigger, you start the gun camera roll.
My arm is going to get tired before we get through this one. Fifi. This guy, NC5 I think it's called, I need to check. First transatlantic flight, I do believe. It ships every 50 miles or so. Demon. Predecessor to the F4 Phantom. Or more specifically, Phantom 2. A couple of models here and there. There is an upstairs. The upstairs is mainly children's education. Quite high-end children's education, as we said. That's not American. Going around people who probably don't want their faces seen. I've always liked the Cutlass. You gotta get points for trying something a bit different. Doesn't necessarily mean it's any good, but it is different and worth a try. You'll note the lack of a normal empennage. The vertical stabilizers are quite simply part of the rear wing structure. A couple of large model ships around here. Free guided tours, lots of old veterans. Pensacola, of course, is home to the Blue Angels. Look at the Skyraider, you realize just how much munitions is being carried by this single propeller aircraft. And the other thing about this museum is that all the aircraft, as near as I can tell, are as near to flying condition as makes no difference. Not everything in here is US Naval Aviation. In fact, I'm not even sure what the correlation is between US Naval Aviation and an ME-262. I'm sure somebody will tell us. Training gliders. Slightly distracted. I have to say, I had to have a very close look at some of those early undercarriages to figure out just how they were tracted in. Wasn't the easiest thing in the world. Okay, we have an opened up PBY. Complete with bunks. Again, off more dirigibles. And yeah, they really don't care if you get into the aircraft or not. Okay, maybe not into the aircraft. This guy's a monster. Duck. If it weighs the same as a duck, I seem to vaguely recall that might be unmanned. If we go upstairs, maybe I'll remember.
I will find more. The translation. No,
Coronado. Very large seaplane. If you compare it to the PBY over there, doesn't make you wonder how big the Pan Am Clippers were. A mauler. Kiddie play area. They have things jammed absolutely everywhere. It's almost a wonder you don't miss them.
Been in one of these in a while.
Bearcat. Dee 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 dee. Tiger cat. Didn't have a very long service career, got replaced by jets very quickly. Hello? Huh. What do they call it? The Goldfish Club? Corsair? If you got picked up by a submarine? So apparently this isn't a recreation. They actually did chop off the entire island of the carrier. Where'd this guy go? I definitely seem to recall that this is an unmanned aerial vehicle that was operated by remote control and dropped its bombs that way. People think it's an old concept. It really isn't. A new concept, sorry. Well, I guess the army has to get its foot in somehow. And that's just one hangar. And then go at the back through the rain. Okay, the army gets the second foot in. More interesting drones over there. I guess that's hangar 2, hangar 3. To hangar bay 1. The more modern aircraft, if I recall correctly. I should now pause. Slightly more modern aircraft. Seahawk. Oh. VH3, I believe. My nomenclature is not screwed up. It appears to be Nixon inside. Let's see what we got. Could be worse. Uber. Prowler. Anybody doesn't recognize that one, they should be shot. I'm not allowed to say that either, am I? Oh well. Oh, Bronco, it looks like. Didn't know the Navy had those. Climb into A7. There's your Hawkeye. And the old-fashioned intruder. Oh, Harriers. Walk right underneath the early Harrier, didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
Another Blue Angels aircraft. The Turtle. I don't know what that is. This is really not. Oh, an F4. Okay. Gotta love the F4. And the Crusader. With the opening, or I guess, tilting wing. Considering there's only 2 propellers on this flying boat, it's not a small flying boat. What is it? Navy's last fire boat. It's an SP-5B Marlin. It's big is what it is. Well, the coasties have a little section. Tarn Naval Aviation Museum, they got a small little right back here. Coast Guard battle streamers. That is a big flying boat for 2 engines. Alright, let's try the second. hangar. Welcome to Subic Bay. They're not allowed to show that flag or something, I think.